Hello guys, what is up? It is Spooky Noodles, and I am here with a writing vlog. I wrote quite a bit yesterday and today. I wrote around like 800 words yesterday, which doesn't seem like a lot, but in the grand scheme of things, I did a lot yesterday. I mowed the lawn, I unloaded dishes, I generally helped out around the house, and I did stuff on my computer. But other than that, I also got some writing done and reading done. So overall, it was a grand day, a great day. And today is going pretty well as well. I took Lula for a walk, which I have a story about that at the end of this video. And that's really all I've done other than write and read a little bit. I read 2 chapters, which I don't know how many pages that was. 2 chapters of The Resurrectionists, and I'm on page 61 at the moment. So that's gonna be around like 40 to 50 pages I've read today from The Resurrectionists. And I'm a little burnt out on reading, but I'm going to hop right back into Richard Lehman's Island right after this video. So I want to at least read 1 page a day of Island by Richard Lehman. I'm enjoying the book so much, and I want to be living it right now. Not living it, because their scenario is really bad, but it feels like I'm there. And Richard Lehman really knows how to tell a story. Sometimes he tells bad stories, but sometimes he tells like stories like this that are amazing. And I think he's like, to me, he's a lot like Stephen King. Like, Stephen King has some misses, and so does Richard Lehman. But when they have great stories to tell, they're amazing. Like The Traveling Vampire Show, The Woods Are Dark, and now Island. So far I'm 2 for 3 with Richard Lehman. This is my 4th book by him, so I'm thinking this is gonna be another good one. So far 100 pages in, it's great. So it's probably going to be 3 out of 4 books that are great. I could not stand Bite by Richard Lehman. In fact, I actually officially DNF'd it the other day. I put it into this swap box and shipped it out, and now it's Hasta La Vista with that book. I just couldn't handle that book anymore. It was so bad. It was so bad. I can't even describe how bad that book was. Like, I really should have just finished it. I read like 230 something pages in it, and I only had like 100 left. I really should have muscled through it just to do a review on it, but maybe I'll go back to it one day. I always have the page saved on Goodreads, so maybe I'll go back to it one day. But that's besides the point. I got some reading done today is what I was trying to say, and I've gotten some writing done. So today I started off around 13,400 words, and now I'm at 14,600 words. So that was, I started at 13,200 words, around there, and now I'm at 14,600 words exactly. Which I stopped at a good time. I stopped and looked at the number I was at, and I was like, wow, that's awesome. I love when that happens, when the number isn't, when a number's like perfect like that. It's not like an odd number, because I hate odd numbers. I know I'm a little weird when it comes to numbers. Like, I have to like, I don't know. I used to be really bad with light switches. Like, I would have to flip the switch 3 times. Or 7 times, depending on the day, I guess. But lately, I haven't had that problem in a long time. There's occasionally where I need symmetry. So, like, if I touch myself on one arm, I have to touch myself on the other arm. And it's just something that I live with every day. It's not even that big of a deal. But, it's something that I live with. Like, I don't even know what they call it, but, all I know is that symmetry is important to me, so if I touch one side of the desk, I gotta go and touch the other side of the desk. And yeah, I can't like touch a crack. If I do touch a crack on the cement, like with my foot, or a line in the cement, I have to touch a line with the other foot, or a crack with the other foot. So I'm just weird like that. I don't know why. I don't even know why I'm bringing it up. Oh yeah, because the number is just on the money, and I love it when that works out like that, you know? Like one day I was writing and I reached 13,003 words, and I was so bummed out. I was like, oh man, I just wanted to go and delete the words so I can be at perfect, you know? But it's okay. But today I landed right on 14,600, and that's great. But that means I wrote like 1,400 words today. And I could keep going, but I think I'm gonna pause right now and read a little bit of Richard Lehman's Island, because I know I'm not gonna have that much time in the future today. Like right now it's 4:18, and I just took my second round of meds, so I'm not gonna have that for a while. Like, or the medicine will kick in, and it will be a short-lived kick in my energy. And I'm also a little hungry, so I probably should eat something, but that's besides the point. Anyways, like, I could keep going. Like, I didn't stop at, like, a good stopping point, per se. Like, I'm, like, in the middle of a sentence, kind of, or a paragraph, I should say. And I could continue writing, you know, but, like, I have a bunch of ideas to write, but I just feel like stopping and reading at the moment. So, but I did write 1,400 words today, and I think I did a really good job with what I'm writing so far. Hold on one second. Yeah, anyways, I wrote 1,400 words, and it was nice. So, like I said before, I'm gonna tell you a story about Lula for a second. This crazy dog, I tell you. So we were on a walk, and she's doing great. She's pulling a little bit, but she's doing great on this walk. But then she hears a dog on the fence, like on the other side of the fence. It was a German Shepherd, and she, for some reason, loves German Shepherds. So she bolts towards the dog, and she, like, as soon as she got enough distance between me and, like, the leash or the collar just broke, and it snapped, and she just, like, went towards the German Shepherd. Then she realized she wasn't on a leash, and she bolted. And she did this little game where she'd run at the end of the street, then run back towards me and try to get me to try to catch her. And then when I missed, she'd go back to the other end of the street and then come back towards me, and then she'd try to make me miss again. So I don't know why she was playing that little game. I was happy she was playing that little game, because if she was like James and just bolted and just started running away, I'd never be able to catch Lula, because she's so fast. I mean, she's 75 pounds, but she's pure muscle, and the girl would run so fast, and if someone was walking, she would probably jump on them and push them over, and they might get hurt, you know? Like, Lula would never bite anybody, or, you know, she might scratch you, but she won't bite you. She has no mean intentions, but she loves jumping on people and giving them kisses, so she could knock someone, like an old lady walking with her little walker, and Lula would jump on her and knock her over, and boom, concussion or something, and then they gotta put my dog down and I get fined. So didn't want that to happen. So I eventually caught her while cars were stopping and giving me the finger. I eventually got her, and I didn't know what to do, so I just tied the leash around her waist and basically, like, crab walked her home, because she could easily slip out of that leash easily. But I kept trying to what's the word I'm looking for? I'm just gonna say pull it tight. I had a word I was gonna use, but it just disappeared, and that's kind of how my writing day's been. I'd have a word I want to use, and then it just disappears. Taut. I think that's right. Taut? Pull it taut? No, that's not right. I don't know. The word's gone. But, yeah, that was frustrating. Today my eyes are brown. That's really cool. I got hazel eyes, so sometimes they're green, sometimes they're brown, sometimes they're a mixture of both. Sometimes they got like a little yellow tinge to it, but today they look pretty brown looking at this camera. Maybe it's just the camera's not doing my eyes justice, but yeah, I got hazel eyes. I don't know why I wanted to tell you guys that. They just look really brown today, so yeah. Other news about writing, I guess, is that I'm looking into classes for my writing. I saw who was it that made a video recently? I'm trying to remember who just made this video, because I don't want to say it. Working Man's Reads. He made a video called Online Writing Classes for Cheap, and he really kind of it gave me an idea. Well, not an idea, but I wanted to check out these classes he was talking about, and they range from like $10 to whatever. I didn't really check all the prices. I was just looking at the ratings and trying to watch some of the preview videos. And I'm thinking about maybe taking a creative writing class, you know, or maybe a class on grammar. I have a few books that are about writing that my grandma, or not grandma, my Aunt Yvonne gave me. So I'm thinking about giving those a read soon. They're supposed to help my writing like astronomically. One's totally about the rules of grammar, and I could probably use that because I'm not the greatest when it comes to grammar. Like, I still switch words all the time, and I just like sometimes I don't know when to use was and where or were or what's the word? I'm so blanking out right now. Was and were, I mix those two up all the time. But like sometimes when I'm typing, like I forget when to put E in front of I. I know it comes like if there's a C, E comes before I. But sometimes that's not correct all the time. And then there's other things like neither is Neither, I believe. I'm blanking if that's correct or not, but like I'm just trying to give you an example of words that don't have like why are the E's before the I's type thing situations, and I would like to learn more. I mean, that sounds really dumb of me. I know you guys are probably saying, but aren't you a writer? Shouldn't you know this? Like, I really should probably know this stuff. I get all of my stuff edited, and lately the edits have been great. Like, she hasn't had to edit too much of my grammar. Of course, I use like commas in the wrong spot, and sometimes I use semicolons. Comma would suffice, but yeah, I'm basically what I'm trying to say is that my grammar could improve. So I'm probably gonna start after I read The Resurrectionists. I'm gonna probably do the same thing I'm doing with the situation I have right now. I'm probably going to do with writing books. So like I'll read a little bit of a writing book a day, and then the rest of the day goes to Island by Richard Lehman or whatever book I'm reading at the moment. So yeah, and I actually have a book coming in the mail. You'll see it in a book mail soon, but I guess I'll just tell you what it is. Let me load it up on my phone real quick, because that's where I have the image. So basically I got Writing Scary Scenes by Rain Hall. Excuse me. And supposedly this is gonna help my craft a lot. She also has another one called Writing Dark Stories or something like that, or Dark Scenes. I forget what it's called, but this one piqued my interest because it's techniques for thrillers and horror novels. And as you know, I write horror. stories, so at least I try. Some stuff maybe is not considered horror. Like if my friend E read my stories, maybe some of them would be horror, others probably not, you know. But I think I mostly write horror. But I just want to improve my writing any way I can. So I think I'm really going to start trying to improve my reading by forcing myself to read some of these self-education books I own, or writing books I own. Maybe in my next writing vlog, I'll share the writing help books I have. I have a few of them that my Aunt Yvonne gave me. So, yeah, I'll share them with you later, or in the next writing vlog, which might come sooner than later. Like if I do end up writing more today and I find all the writing help books, then you might see another writing vlog today. I'm not sure. But there's not much else to say really, other than thank you guys for watching this video. Like I said, I'm really trying to improve my writing any way I can. I've watched tons of videos on YouTube. I've taken $250 writing classes, two $250 writing classes, but I got one for free because I donated $500 to Chilling Tales for Dark Nights cause. They're trying to make a book, and I donated $500, and one of the what do you call those things? Well, one of the things that came with that $500 donation was that I got a class for Megan Meehan, a Megan Meehan class for free. So I took two $250 classes, but I didn't have to pay for one. But technically I did pay for one because I had to pay $500 to get that free class. But don't think that I just wasted $500, because it also came with a illustration of my face, and that's the illustration I use for my author portfolio or author profile picture. Then I got, I will be receiving a hardback cover of the book when it releases. And I also got 2 of my stories narrated by Chilling Tales for Dark Nights. So I got a lot of stuff out of that little package I bought for their Kickstarter. So, but the the most fun parts about that $500 donation was getting that free class. I took the first class and paid for it. It was a lot of fun. I wrote No Smoking and Highway to Hell in those classes, which both appear in my short story collection, which is called Gray Matter. And if you haven't heard about it, go purchase it if you can. I gotta get more people to review the book, so I need to find more. I might have to seek out some reviewers, because I initially sold a lot, but I didn't get a lot of reviews. So I got a lot of people buying my books and not reading them, which kind of is sad. Like, I want people to read my book, damn it. But I also want everyone to give honest opinions. Like, I've gotten some honest opinions, and I've gotten some really good feedback for this story collection. And it was a great first book. And I have my second book being released soon. It's still in the editing phase. So yeah, that's where I'm at with my novellas, which is what I'm calling the book. The novellas. It features a subterranean horror called The Chwaya Centipede, which isn't really subterranean horror, but it has to do with being underground. So, like, the fear of being underground isn't really there, but they are underground, and there's this giant monster trying to eat them. So, yeah. And then you have The Burden of Knowledge, which I won't go into what that's about, but that should be that collection, or not collection, those novellas should be released. Well, I'm gonna try to do a pre-order this time. So I'm gonna set up a pre-order so people can pre-order the book, and then I probably will do it either on my birthday or sooner. It should. I don't want to put a date on it. She's been working on it for a while now, but she also does other things, like she makes covers, she edits a lot of people's stuff, she formats, I believe. I'm not even sure if she does that or not, but she does a lot of stuff, and I'm nice, and I tell her to take her time, and there's no rush, and blah blah blah, but at the same time, I would really like it soon. So I think because I'm so nice and I keep saying, oh, take your time, I think she's doing just that. She's taking her time, and she's doing other things that people are rushing her on first. So that's probably on me for being nice. She, and also my cover artist is almost done with Gray Matter 2's cover. So that's exciting. I can't wait to share that with you. Maybe that will be the, maybe that will be in the next writing vlog. I'm not sure. The next writing vlog may be hella entertaining. I don't even know. I think this was a pretty good writing vlog, though. It kind of went on a little longer than I expected it to go. But yeah, I wrote quite a bit today. 1,400 words. And yesterday I wrote 800. Add the math right there. That's like, I don't know, 2,200 words? Yeah, I think that's right. 2,200 words in 2 days. So, I mean, I've been trying to hit 1,000 a day. I don't always write every single day, but when I do write, I try to hit 1,000 words. So, I guess I made up for the 200 words I missed yesterday, and then some. So, if I do continue to write, I might have a really good day. There was one day where I wrote 3,000 words, which was really impressive. I don't tend to do that a lot. I hear people write like 9,000 words all the time. Like, people are like, oh, I just wrote 12,000 words today. It's like, I don't even know how you do that. Like, it takes my brain so long just to come up with stuff, and when I finally get the image in my head of what I want to write, I write it. I'm a fast typer, so it's not that, you know, I'm slow on that front, but I don't know. I really think about I'm not saying other people don't think about what they're writing, but I really put a lot of thought into every sentence. Even though it doesn't look or seem like that, I do put a lot of thought in my paragraphs and my story all around. I never want to put out trash. And I'm really afraid that I may just be doing that with the novellas. I'm not very, what's the word I want to use? Over enthusiastic? That's not the word I wanted to use, but, I'm very, what's the word I want to use? I just don't feel, hold on one second. So yeah, I'm not exactly very, I don't want to say optimistic. I do not think, like, this is gonna be a very complicated collection of novellas, or not really a collection, but this duo of novellas, the Chwaya Centipede and the Burden of Knowledge. I think the Burden of Knowledge is a great story. I really probably should start off with that story, but at the same time, I want to show people how much I've improved, and I think I should write a foreword before the story begins, the stories begin, because I want people to understand that this is kind of like an ode to how much I've improved, or whatever. Because the Chwaya Centipede was my first story I ever worked on, and the Burden of Knowledge is like the closest, like it's the first novella, like it's the, like, okay, well, first of all, the Chwaya Centipede wasn't a novella until I made it one. Like, it was a short story in the beginning. It didn't reach 10,000 words, and now it is. But I finished my first novella, which was The Burden of Knowledge, and then I went back, edited Shueisha Centipede, and that became a novella. So I don't know which one you want to say is technically my first novella, but these are my two first novellas, and Shueisha Centipede is my first story I ever wrote. So this collection is kind of like, I keep saying an ode to like where my beginning and where I'm at now, but it's not really, because since I edited the Shueisha Centipede a little bit, but at the same time it is, because like, yeah, I basically want to show off how much I've improved as a writer, and I really like The Burden of Knowledge. Like, it's a really cool cosmic horror story, about this, oh, what do you call him? See, I'm forgetting words like crazy today. Not a militia. What's the word I'm looking for? I think it starts with an M. I don't know. It's gone. The word's just gone. But basically, it's one of those people that go out to other countries to help impoverished, or whatever the word is, people who are not doing very well. I really am kicking myself in the pants here because I cannot remember what the word is called. They're usually a religious group of people that go out and help people and then spread the word of their Lord and Savior. I'm really blanking on the name, but I think I did a really good job with that story. It may have a little bit of like unneeded stuff in it. Like, maybe I could have shortened things. Like, I could have obviously done, like, just said like his friend died and not write the next 20 pages, you know? But I really wanted to give you a reason why this guy's life kind of stinks, you know? I'm not gonna give you any more, other than that. I'm not gonna give you any, like, spoilers for the story. I want you guys to enjoy it when it gets released. But like I said, when the editor's done editing it, I'm going to look at the edits and approve them, and then I'm sending it to my editor. After I format it, of course, I'm sending it to my editor, or I'm sending it to my cover artist, and they're gonna do the wraparound. So I already paid for it, so I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, that's a lot of stuff I talked about today. I know this video is probably over 20 minutes by now, so I probably should wrap it up. But that's my writing vlog. I'm trying to think if I have anything else to inform you on. I've basically just been writing Triad, which is the Asylum story. I have a lot of cool ideas. I'm not much for supernatural stories, so I'm kind of doing something new with this whole thing. I don't even know if it's gonna be supernatural, like solely a supernatural story. Like, I have a monster in mind, but it's not, it's kind of a supernatural monster. I don't want to give it away, but I have a lot of ideas, and yeah, it's going well. I'm finally at the part where they go into the asylum, and I'm trying to be as detailed as I can because I know settings are like not my sorry, I gotta really clear my throat today. They're not my strong suit. My strong suit's dialogue. Like, I'm really good at dialogue sometimes, but at least that's what my teacher tells me. But I could really work on my settings. Like, some people have the opposite problem, you know? They're really bad at dialogue, but their settings are great. They really can paint an image for you, but when it comes to, like, natural speaking, they can't do it. And I know a lot of authors, like, I'm not sure about Stephen King, but I know there's a lot of authors that just, they have one thing that they could have improved on, you know? And I think every author's like that. I mean, I can't think of anything by Stephen King that needs to be improved on. Maybe his endings. I'm not sure. He's like me, though. He's a pantser, and we don't really have an ending in mind when we start writing. So when we make up all these like mysteries inside the book, and then we have to figure out a way to tie them all together, it sometimes can become sloppy. So endings, I'm working on endings myself. I'm working on settings. My grammar could use a little bit of work, but I've been doing really good grammar-wise. When I see the editor and her edits, they really are becoming less and less, and it's really becoming a like, did he put the comma in the right space or spot? And usually it's because I listen to my laptop too much. Like the Word document will say there needs to be a comma here, so I just approve it and the comma is there, and then she goes later on and looks at it and goes, there's no need for a comma there, so she deletes it. And even though Microsoft Word is telling me to put a damn comma there, I'm like, no, I'm not gonna put a comma there because my editor told me not to. So yeah, Word documents grammar thing is not that great. Maybe I should download Grammarly or something. But I think I have Grammarly on my Word browser. Don't think I have it on my Word doc though. I'm not sure. Maybe I should download it. I know my old computer had it. By the way, I have two computers. I have a Chromebook and I have my laptop. My what do you call this thing? Inspiron 15, which is 7000 gaming. It's supposed to be for gaming, but I've been using it for writing. I was going to use my Chromebook solely for writing and then use this laptop for just solely gaming. But then two things happened. My brother never really got into gaming on the laptop, and I had no friends to game with, so I just I don't game with anybody, so I have no need to game, and it would be a shame for this thing to not be used. So I use this for writing, and the Chromebook kind of just sits there at the moment. But I'm thinking about opening it up soon and just checking it out. But we'll see. It might be better for writing, for all I know. I know it's Google, so Google Docs will probably be downloaded on it, and it'll probably run just like Microsoft Word. But we'll see. We'll see. But it's going well. It's going very well. I don't know if you can save Google Docs as a PDF or a document. I'm not sure if you can save Google Docs as a document, like a Word document, because that would be a problem if I were to move the Word doc to all my Google Docs. And then would I be able to save that and then put it into Readsy, which is my formatter? And this is just me thinking out loud. Sorry about this, guys. I might cut this out. I'm not sure. But I probably won't cut it out. I'm too lazy right now. And I got a lot of stuff to do. My sister just came into the room and told me that we gotta start building stuff. So I'm going to go and do that soon. So I'm gonna grab my shoes on. I'm going to maybe put a hoodie on. I don't know. And then we're gonna go to work. But that's my writing vlog today. I'm sorry if it was a little bit lengthy. So I apologize for that. I just had a lot to talk about, I guess, and I didn't realize how much I had to talk about. My writing is getting a ton better, though. With every story I write, I seem to improve. I always am learning new words, and I'm always learning new tricks to how to. I can't really explain to you tricks that I learned, but like I'll learn like a word, and then I'll use it like a lot. So like today's word lately has been jovial, or jovial, or jovially. I can't say the word for the life of me, but That's a word that I've been using quite a bit lately because I don't know why, honestly. I just kind of started using it. Like, the word popped up in my head, I used it, and I'm like, wait, do I even know what this word means? So I looked it up, and then it meant what I thought it meant, and then I kept using it just so I remember it, you know? But anyways, this has been a writing vlog. I hope you guys are having a good day. I hope you have a spooky night, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.